today a book called Crankee Doodle, written by Tom Angleberger, and its pictures are drawn by Cece Bell. So, who can tell me what this reminds you of? Crankee Doodle. Who's heard of this before? What might be Maricela? What does it sound very similar to? Yankee Doodle.
And you read this to us last year.
So no spoilers for those of us who did not get to hear it. So, boys and girls, did you know that Yankee Doodle is Connecticut's official state song?
Yes.
You're Connecticut historians already. Excellent. So today I'm going to be reading Crankee Doodle. Now what does it mean to be cranky? I'm sure some of us are very well aware of this word, what it means. Drew, what's it mean to be cranky? You don't really like stuff, you don't want to do things, when you're just cranky, this day isn't going right. So, we're going to have a Crankee Doodle here, and I am going to be playing both the parts of Crankee Doodle and his friend Pony. I'm bored. We could go to town. Town? No way. I hate going to town. There are too many people in town. They all run around in a hurry and ring bells and eat pies, and then they yell at each other to stop running around and ring bells and eat pies. There is nothing good to do in town. Why would I want to go to town? We could go shopping. Shopping? No way. I hate shopping. I have too much stuff already, and it's all junk. They don't make stuff like they used to. It falls apart as soon as you get it home. And the prices! I might as well throw my money in an ant household. Why would I want to go shopping? You could buy a feather for your hat. A feather for my hat? I would look like a fool with a feather in my hat. Everybody would laugh at me in the name of General George Washington. Why would I want to put a feather in my hat? You could call it macaroni. Call it macaroni. Your hat with a feather in it. First of all, why would I want to call my hat macaroni? I don't want to call my hat anything. It's just a hat. Second of all, why would putting a feather in my hat turn it into macaroni? Look at this hat. Does it look almost like macaroni to you? I don't care how many feathers you put into it. It's still just a hat. And besides, I don't even like macaroni. Macaroni's just another word for fancy. Says you. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Macaroni isn't fancy. What's macaroni? Do you know what's fancy? Lasagna. Lasagna is fancy. Lasagna has all those little ripples in it, and then it gets baked with cheese and tomatoes and vegetables. And then you eat it with some garlic bread. Now that is fancy. Okay, you can call your hat lasagna then. I'm not going to call my hat anything. I'm not going to stick a feather in it. I don't even like my hat. It's ugly. Instead of buying a feather for it, I'm going to throw it in the trash. Look, here it goes into the trash. It's gone. Goodbye, ugly hat. Have one in the dump. Now I don't have a hat, so I don't need a feather, and I don't need to go shopping, so I don't need to go to town. You can buy a new hat. Confound it, Pony! Are you trying to drive me crazy? How can I make myself more clear? I do not want to go to town. I do not want a new hat. I do not want macaroni. I do not want a feather. I do not want any other clothing, any other pasta, or any other parts of a bird. I do not want anything that they have in town. Let them keep their town junk in town. Even if I did want something from town, which I do not. It's just too far. I'm exhausted from standing here arguing with you all day. I do not want to go to town. I will not go to town, and I cannot go to town. Oh, please? I could give you a ride. No way. You smell terrible. How could you be so cruel? I can't help the way I smell. I smell like a pony. This is the way ponies are supposed to smell. And hey, aren't you the one who's supposed to give me a bath? But no, you're all rain all the time. Gee whiz. All right, we can go to town. Oh. Yeehaw. Nice hat. Thanks, pal. That is the Alright, so boys and girls, that was Crankee Doodle by Tom Angleberger and Cece Bell. I hope you enjoyed hearing my little story. Now, at the end, there is a little bonus. And the bonus is they explain the history behind the song that we all know so well, Yankee Doodle. So, I'd like to read what the pony has to say about that. Oh my God, the story behind the real song Yankee Doodle is just so fabulously exciting. It all started over 200 years ago. Before America had won the Revolutionary War and become a free country. It was so long ago that now no one knows who actually wrote the song. It may have been an Englishman who was making fun of the Americans, or it may have been an American colonist with a crazy sense of humor. First they would sing, Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Hey, that's me, I'm a pony. You know, back then they didn't have cars, so the fastest way to get to town was on a horse or a pony. That's me, I'm fast. Then they would sing, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Macaroni really did mean fancy. But I think the real reason they said it is because it rhymes with pony. That's me, I rhyme. So when you put it all together, it's really fun to sing. In fact, I'll sing it right now. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, pick it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the steps and let the girls be handy.
Wait, what about your hat?
What about my hat? It's in the trash. You buy a hat, have fun at the dump.
Get out!